In this lecture, we're going to talk about a tool called Wireshark. Wireshark is a network protocol analyzer. It's not designed for hackers and it's not designed for hacking and spying on other people on the network. It's designed for network administrators so that they can see what's happening in their network and make sure that everything is working properly and that nobody's doing anything bad or doing anything suspicious on the network. The way that Wireshark works is it allows you to select an interface and then logs all the packets or all the traffic that flows through that interface. So you're selecting an interface. It could be a wireless card, it could be a wired card on your current computer, and then it'll start logging all the information that flow through that interface. It also has a really nice graphical interface that allow you to analyze this traffic. So it allows you to filter these packets based on the protocol using them, like HTTP, TCP, and all that. It also allows you to look for certain things. For example, if you're looking for cookies or if you're looking for posts or GET requests. And it also allows you to search through these packets. You can search through the information that's stored in the packets and find the things that you're looking for. It's a really big tool, and you need a whole course for it. So in this course, we're actually going to use it in a few lectures, just covering the basics or the things that's related to us. So the main idea here is Wireshark is not a hacking tool. It only allows you to capture the traffic that flows through your own computer, through your own interface. I'm going to use it now and it's going to become more clear to you. So I'm just going to go to Kali and we're going to start Wireshark. You can run Wireshark from the command prompt, or you can just go on all applications and type Wireshark and it'll show up right here. I'm going to click that and that's going to load the program for me. This is just a normal error. Just ignore this error. And this is the main interface of Wireshark. So first of all, you can actually just go to the file and go to the open, and in here it'll allow you to open a file that you've already captured. So for example, if you captured packets using a different sniffer, using Aerodump or using Man in the Middle F or using T-Shark, which is the command prompt part of Wireshark. So if you captured packets using any of these programs and you stored it in a file, you can just come in here, open it, and start analyzing that file. This is really handy because sometimes you don't really want to analyze the traffic on the fly. So sometimes you just want to capture it. Sometimes you're capturing from small laptop or you're capturing from your phone and you're not even at home, you're in somewhere else doing your pen test, and then you go back home and then you want to analyze what you captured, then you can store that in a file and then just come here, go to the file open, and open the file that you want to analyze. So what I want to show you here is the idea that Wireshark is not a hacking tool. It's not going to capture things happening in another device. It will only capture things that flow through your own interface. So right here we can see that we have all the interfaces in my computer. So we can see that we have ETH0, we have any, which is just any, and we have all the other ones that some of them are created by VirtualBox. So the main one here is ETH0, which is the virtual interface connected to my NAT network. And you can see that there is no traffic flowing through this. So you can see that this is constant and nothing's happening. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller. And I'm going to open my browser here. And I'm just going to go to a normal website. I'm just going to go to google.com. Now, as you can see right here, you can see the traffic in ETH0 is spiking up. So there was some traffic generated through ETH0. So if we're sniffing on this, we'll be able to capture these packets that were sent over ETH0. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Windows machine just to prove that point. And I'm going to browse the website here. And you'll see that ETH0 will not be affected. And the traffic that's generated on this Windows machine, which is in the same network as the Kali machine, it will not be captured by the Kali machine. So if I just go to Google again here, you'll see that nothing happened in ETH0. So there is no traffic flowing through this. It's still constant. And we can only capture packets that go through ETH0. So now you'll probably ask then why Wireshark is so useful. Why are we even talking about it if we can only see things that go through our own computer? Why are we talking about it? Well, we're talking about it because we've seen there is a large number of ways that you can become the man in the middle. Now, we talked about two methods to become the man in the middle. We talked about doing that using ARP spoofing. And if we create a fake access point, then we'll naturally be the man in the middle because all the requests will be sent to our computer. So when we are the man in the middle, if we start sniffing on the interface that's used to become the man in the middle, we'll be able to capture all the traffic generated by the people that we're targeting in our man in the middle attack. So if you started a fake access point, you can start sniffing on the interface that's broadcasting the signal, and you can capture all the packets sent or received to anyone who's connected to that fake access point. If you became the man in the middle using ARP spoofing, then just select the interface that you used when you launched your ARP spoofing attack. So I'm going to do this with ARP spoofing because it's quicker and easier than generating a fake access point. But again, this works in both ways. And it even works if you manage to become the man in the middle using a different method. Just make sure you select the interface that's used to launch that attack. So I'm going to do ARP spoofing. Now you can do this using ARP spoof, or you can do it using man in the middle F. So I'm just going to do it using man in the middle F. And I'm going to go and just get the IP address of this computer. So it's 10.20.14.206. So our command is going to be man in the middle F, ARP spoof, interface, which is going to be ETH0. Then we're going to specify the gateway, 10.20.14.1. And then the target, which is 10.20.14.206. So we did this command before. This will just put me as the man in the middle. It'll redirect the traffic from the computer that has the IP that's 10.20.14.206 to my computer, placing me the man in the middle. So I'm just going to run this attack quickly. Now let's go to the Windows machine and see if I do anything here, if it's going to affect the traffic in ETH0. So we'll see if Wireshark will be able to capture traffic generated by this computer. So let's write anything here. I'm just going to Google, or I'm just going to go to a different website. I'm just going to go to Bing. And if we come back here, you'll see that we have traffic being generated here. And we can see that ETH0 is actually capturing whatever that's happening in a completely different device, in a device that's not even connected to our network. This is happening because when we are the man in the middle, all the packets that's generated by the Windows device is actually being redirected to my own computer right here, to the Kali. And then Wireshark is sniffing that from the Kali machine. It's sniffing it from my own local machine. It's not sniffing it from the network. It's not sniffing it from the target computer. It's only listening on my current interface, which is ETH0, and it can capture packets that's flowing through ETH0 because man in the middle has redirected, man in the middle F has redirected the traffic of the Windows machine to flow through my computer. So again, if you're doing this with the fake access point, then just listen on the interface that you're broadcasting. If you're doing this with a real wireless network, if you're connected to your home wireless network using LAN 0, then you can just do this with LAN 0. But with ARP spoofing, you have to first redirect the traffic, then you can use Wireshark. Now, this is just to show you what Wireshark is and how it works, and I just wanted to stress the idea that Wireshark is not a hacking tool. It's only a program that allows you to log packets flowing through a certain interface and then analyze these packets. So in the next video, we'll see how we can sniff and analyze packets using Wireshark.